See if there's anything warm in here. Ugh. Oh, I'm seeing some steam. Oh yeah, it's from yesterday sometime. Cheers. That's actually pretty close to being hot. It's more than lukewarm. It's steaming. Can you see it steaming? A little bit. It's warm enough to wake me up. I think it's 10 o'clock. I was up pretty late playing in the snow. I have 0 firewood. So I gotta go down in the valley and at least grab a piece of this oak. Oh my gosh. All the trees are white and covered this time. That snow stuck to everything. Probably got about 2 inches, it looks like, at least 2 inches. All right, you ready, man? You ready for this? Let's go get us a piece of firewood. Oh, this is nuts. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Wow. Looks frozen. And Timber does not mind. He does not mind at all. Guessing all my tree is covered up with snow that I was cleaning up. All those little twigs I was planning on cleaning up today are buried like that. Good thing I have tarps over some stuff. I have a lot of little maple branches in that pile under that tarp. We got some pine under that tarp. And I'm gonna go to the back, or not to the back, but to the bottom down here. Get me a piece of this oak. And looks like we've had a cat walking through here. And something a little bigger walking through here. Probably Timber. Oh yeah. This is an icy wonderland. Wow, sure is pretty. Super pretty, but I don't know what I'm gonna do in this today. I've been enjoying doing this tree cleanup hustle. I guess I could always cut down another tree or something, find another dead Another tree that looks like it's eventually going to be on its way out. So I'm planning on doing a whole lot of chainsaw carving and stuff this spring and summer. So it'd be nice to have a lot of stacks of these wood. And then whatever the stuff I don't carve next year, we're just gonna, next winter, we'll have a lot of staged firewood where the winter will be a little easier. And hopefully I'll have the ATV running again by then. I should definitely have this thing running this spring or summer, so I pretty much have all the parts. We should definitely have that thing running, so next winter shouldn't be as much of a struggle. Which, I mean, it hadn't really been a struggle. It's been a lot of work. I've enjoyed the struggle, really. Whoa. I think I have like 2 pieces of that oak left over here. Dang, look at this valley. Goodness. It's gonna be above freezing today. I hadn't checked yet. I'll check in a minute, but I think it's supposed to be like up 40 degrees or higher last time I checked. So all of this is gonna be dripping probably all day. Wow. It just looks crazy, doesn't it? Oh, I see firewood. Big old stack of firewood right there. I guess we could walk up there first and then I'll come get a piece of oak. I'm curious. See if we can actually get up here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm curious to see. I'm pretty sure all these little limbs are definitely covered. I was actually looking forward to getting all this stuff cleaned up today. It looks like all that stuff on the ground is gonna have to wait. Oh. It would definitely suck messing with all this. You'd definitely have very cold, wet gloves. I ain't into very cold, wet gloves. Frozen fingers. But yeah, it's all covered. Let's walk down here. Get us a piece of oak. Oh, I'm gonna be sad when this oak's gone. Now I gotta go find some more. Yeah, I definitely gotta get on the firewood hunt again. And I need some really dry stuff like that oak. Oh, I forgot there is 2 other dead trees over here, kind of local. I guess I gotta cut them down. I don't know, we might be playing with chainsaws again today. See a dead tree right there I forgot about. So I got a little bit of dead stuff that'll get me through the day. Hopefully this stuff's gonna melt kind of fast. We're supposed to get some pretty warm weather. Warm, I mean upper 40s. And I think even 50s. So enjoy the beauty while it lasts. That timber running, walk through here. Dogs all over the place. I swear yesterday he was running so fast through here, it was unbelievable. There's my oak. But it's like he's practicing to catch deer. I swear he's practicing to catch deer. Because he tries so hard to catch some things and they're just a little bit faster than him. So I think he does. I think he gets up speed. He'll run through here just unbelievably fast. See? I mean, that ain't nothing compared to what I've seen him do. Alright, well. Here we go. Oh, we got 3. A bonus piece that I didn't know I had. I thought I had 2 and we got 3. So I feel highly blessed. Alright, I gotta carry some wood all the way up there through this blizzard that we got last night. CanipyVille is looking white. That's what my buddy Eric called it, CanipyVille. I was like, dang, I kind of like that. Give me my glove, dude. Give me my glove. Come on, give me that. Give me my glove. Come on, man. You can't bring it to me. Golly. I dropped my glove and dang it, timber. Yeah, I kind of like the CanipyVille name. I think that's better than Canipy's campground. Anyway, I was walking around looking at all the beauty. I got my piece of oak. Now I gotta go split it. Still kind of waking up. I was sleeping very good. There we go. We got us some of that oak mixed with a bunch of maple branches. Got the water in the pot. About to make us some coffee, and this fire is about to get nice and hot. And that was just less than half of the oak log with a bunch of oak or maple branches. So it's gonna get going here in a minute. Ain't it right, Timber? Ain't that right, homie? Huh? He's ready. He likes the heat too. And he seems to really like putting his paws on me, which I teach him not to do. But get down, dude. Get down. But you can't expect him to be perfect. And his dad ain't all that perfect either. Got the coffee Heating up the pan. Ooh, that's real hot. I need to back that up. Holy crap. About to do me some eggs. I'm gonna have to clean that out now. I was just gonna heat it up and use the same hamburger stuff from last night, but I gotta clean that out now. It's all burnt. But man, I was sitting here and it got brighter. I started seeing blue in the sky. Uh-oh. The hyacinth coming out. He is not playing. I've been just kind of sitting here like, what am I gonna do today? So I'm gonna cook me a couple egg sandwiches, I think, starting the morning off. And I want to do something today. I don't know what, but I want to do something, whether it's cutting down another dang tree or organizing something or doing something. I got to do something. Oh yeah, we got them eggs, boy. They're a little dyed from cooking my hamburger. I did clean the pan, but I didn't like clean it. I heated it up and wiped it out. Nothing wrong with that. Heating up my other pan for my buns. The hyacinth looks like he's coming out strong, man. What? We're getting sun. Oh, and the heat he's putting off feels amazing. Wow. So something tells me we just got a crazy snow that's about to get melted. It's falling out of the trees like it's snowing now, and it's so bright. And I don't even own a pair of sunglasses. But oh, it feels good. Man. All right. Well, finish cooking and eating. If it's gonna be a sunny day like this, we definitely got to get into something. Oh yeah. Toasted, boy. Oh yeah. Let those sit and kind of cool off for a minute. Let Timbers cool off for a minute. I'm gonna throw that on top of some of his dog food. He's gonna be happy. Thawing out my coveralls while we're at it. Dude, the bottoms of these things are literally, oh, not now. They're pretty, yeah, we're just drying them now. This morning when I put those on, they were literally rock solid on the bottom, like the shape of going around my boots. They were frozen like crazy. Minty enjoying a little bit of heat. I gotta put me another couple pieces on here. Go fetch me some more maple branches. Enjoy my egg sandwiches. Probably, I got 3/4 of a cup of coffee left, but I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and make another pot of coffee too. And I took a picture of the cabin this morning, and I noticed from my gate, and I've noticed this more than once, there's a tree that blocks like my view from looking out my gate window. Let me show you. I came over here to my gate and I was trying to get a good picture of the cabin from here, and the only thing really messing up my view is that freaking little pine tree right there. So I think that's gonna be the first tree I cut down today, that dang pine tree. Get that out of my way of the cabin view, then I'll be able to take better pictures from here and see it better. I love looking at my cabin. People ask about my cabin all the time. I love my freaking cabin. I mean, if I have guests or something, it's just kind of a guest type of thing. I got a porch to hang out on, and you know, like last time my buddy Joe was here, we cooked out on the porch. He slept in there, we hung out over there, and you know, it's just kind of a hangout thing. I had a nice bonfire going over there with some pallets, big pallet fire, and we just hung out, cooked out, and you know, It's kind of a special occasion type deal. I'd really like to build, you know, like 4 or 5 more of them over going down that trail on the peak over there. The peak in between the 2 valleys. That'd be pretty sweet, man. Then, you know, maybe when Elion gets a little older and stuff, we can have some camping parties out here. That's been pretty much my intention with this property the whole time. Just a fun place, ATV park, place to camp, hang out, have fun, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then we'll cut down that little dumb pine tree. That'll be some firewood eventually. And I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like sharpening up the chainsaws again, fueling them up, and just, that's about all there is to do in the snow that I can think of, is cut down a tree. Or I was also thinking about organizing some of my tools. I bought that new toolbox, and all of my sockets and stuff are just so unorganized. They're all out of order. I've been kind of wanting to take the time to organize all of that stuff too, because I have some truck work coming. And I'm not going to talk about any of that yet, but I do have more ideas for that. But I'm not going to talk about that yet till I get some parts coming and everything. And I'm kind of waiting till payday, because there's a couple other things I want to get to. I guess I can cut that one down. It's been in my face for ever. It's nice and local. It's poplar. It'll be ashy and poppy if you get it. The name of it, poplar. I think I might cut that down too. For a while, I had this light plugged up where when I turn the generator on, it turns on. Kind of that way when I'm down there plugging everything up, I can tell when I plug everything up that it's getting power without having to walk up here and check. I especially did that with the old generator. I left that old generator out in the rain, out in the weather a lot with just the tarp, so it'd still get wet. Kind of fried my plugs a little bit on it. So for a while there, using that generator, I'd be jiggling the plugs and playing with it. I'd come up and stuff wouldn't be powering, so I had this plugged. That way when I plugged everything up, I could tell when this lit up that I was getting power. I think I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna add this somewhere on the garage and have it the same way. When I plug the generator up, this thing will turn on. It's pretty cool. Oh, I gotta take this off. This is gonna be a very risky tree here. I mean, not really. I'm just gonna let it fall out that way, but the shelter's right there, so cargo trailer's right here, so it sort of is risky. It's kind of leaning more towards the cargo trailer. Let's pray that doesn't happen, because I have no way to move it. So I'm gonna cut this tree out of the way. At one time I was actually turning this into a planter box, and then it never ended up being turned into a planter box. I need a different bit to get this off, but this is about to be firewood. it is definitely leaning that way, right towards the cargo trailer. So there's no way I could drop it. There's no way I could cut it that way because it's leaning so hard this way. And it is leaning towards the garage here. This side's perfectly level. So yeah, I'm gonna just fill it out that way. Like I said, I'm gonna get me a wedge ready, just in case I need those. Axe. Couple wedges. This is not a very big tree at all, so I'm just gonna use a little Husky 440. Hope this goes well. I do not want to mess up my shelter or my cargo trailer. Scary. If I could hit that damn thing. Yeah. Good grief, I guess it ain't that dead, is it? Goodness. Cool. Have to make me a table or something. Cool, that went all right. That went all right. Actually, it went perfect. Telling you, if you need a little light homeowner saw, I mean, you just can't go wrong with this little 440. You just can't go wrong with this thing. Well, what else we want to cut down? I kind of don't like that pine tree either right there. They cut that one down, might as well, right? Cut some trees down. Pine trees are ugly anyway. Them white pine trees, if that's what you call it, they're ugly as crap, full of pollen. There's one over by the cabin I wanted to cut down too. Pine, this white pine is decent firewood for the fire pit if you let it dry fully. I mean, you've seen that pile of the white pine that I accidentally caught on fire. So it's sappy. It'll burn wet too, but it does better when it's super dry. I guess I'm gonna cut that one down too. It's kind of ugly. Let's cut some trees down. I'm gonna have freaking wood stacked up everywhere. bigger saw to cut some of these stumps and to cut some of these up, buck them with a bigger saw. What else have I been wanting to cut down forever? God, the sun feels so good. I can take these coveralls off. I don't even need these on. I need some local trees to cut down. Local in this area. Maybe that maple right there is kind of not a very nice looking tree there. Got some of this local stuff down. I could stack it here closer by to the shelter. Like this stuff, I'll end up stacking this stuff somewhere. But yeah, there's a maple I was actually looking at the other day, because I kind of want a lot of this for like parking and stuff. I had the cargo trailer parked there. I cleared all that out right there just to park the cargo trailer there. So that big maple tree right there, it's kind of curvy. I don't know. That'd be good for chainsaw carving and all kinds of stuff. Firewood and chainsaw carving. And then I have this big oak here. Looks like it's kind of leaning out that way a little bit. I could probably cut that down without destroying the shelter, but I know a lot of stuff falls out of that tree and it hits the roof. So I could cut that down. And then I got an oak at the back corner there of the shelter. I could cut that one down. I mean, it's just not a pretty tree really. It's just kind of leaning out. Only has branches on one side, so that's not pretty. So that'd be some carving wood and firewood locally. And I've been talking about, you know, while I'm back here cutting stuff down and stacking wood, you can kind of see my piles, I think. There are trees here. So that's kind of, I guess, I'm guesstimating this about 1/4 of an acre, right? In there. So when everything dries up and everything, I'm planning on, I blew all around the cabin with the blower all the way out to about right there. So for the first time, I'm planning on clearing all of that. All the leaves, I'm planning on blowing all of that out, seeing the ground for the first time, thinning all of that out, milling a bunch of them poplar trees that are in there. So this will be all thinned out, just like the rest of the property. So that'll just like around the cabin house thinned out, we're gonna move our way through that. So we're gonna open up that piece right there, and it's gonna look a lot prettier, and that'll be kind of an addition to the cleaned up part of the property. And over here, the same thing. I've never blown this out. I've cleaned up to this point here. I've never blown that out and cleared it out. You can tell behind it that I have. There and here I have, but that section there, I've never cleaned that section. So I'm planning on blowing that with the blower, thinning this out, getting all that ugly stuff out of there, leaving the nicer trees, but we're gonna make that nice too. So yeah. There's the top of that poplar tree, some of it. This is the very tip of it. Getting it warm, boy. Look how much nicer that looks without that thing there. Thing is gone. Looks so much better without that tree there. Now I need to do something with that one and that one. I was actually saving those. I wanted to turn these two trees here into a really high swing set for Elion. This oak tree and that tree, I'm not sure, but I was gonna cut the top of this oak tree out, turn it into a beam, and lay it across those two trees, and then have like a really long high swing with like maybe 2 swings in there, and then have the zip line and, you know, just a cool area here. But I never got to it before he took off on me. But I think I would like to cut that one down too. I don't know if I ever do a cool swing like that. I guess I could do it somewhere else. I really just want to make this place beautiful. That little oak there, should I cut it or just let it grow big? Probably just let it grow, right? I don't know. But I set up the steel 310 and the vise over here. Got the coveralls drying. I'm about to put a fresh edge on this thing. Let me be mean. Let me be mean to Curious for all y'all. Move, Curious. Get out of here. Get. Get him out of my seat so I can sharpen my saw. Oh, that heat feels so good. Move, you're blocking my heat. Move, you're blocking my heat. Oh yeah. I'll be able to feel it over here while I'm sharpening my saw here shortly. I put a bunch in there just for that, so to heat up hot and I can feel the heat over here. It's super warm out there in the sun when I took my coveralls off, but now that I'm sitting in here in the shade, it's a little chilly. It's only about 40, so it's still pretty chilly when you're not in the sun. But I'm gonna do like 4 or 5 swipes on all of these with the file real quick, just to give it a fresh little edge. And I think it is 3 o'clock, so I got a couple hours to make a mess. I think I'm gonna drop that maple that I pointed out, and I'm very, very tempted to drop these oaks, both of these oaks. So I think I'm gonna be back on a bucking and stacking mission again for a couple days, and then I'll get back to that area out there once this kind of melts and this weathery, or this winter weathery mix goes away. Snow ice mix goes away. So I think I'm gonna start working up here locally and make some piles over here. So I'm just gonna have wood everywhere for chainsaw carving, and then next year we should have plenty for firewood and everything. So yeah, let's get it in. Ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm hoping, actually I'm gonna be a little safer. I was gonna go right towards you that way because there's an opening right there, but the problem with that is if it starts leaning back that way and I can't control it, it's gonna crush my dang shelter. I do not want that. So I'm gonna aim this tree that way. That way, if things go wrong, there ain't nothing the opposite way. Actually, I could fell the tree that way. Honestly, it looks like it might would rather go that way than that way. But I don't know. Golly, it's so iffy. I think I'm going that way. Let me show y'all, I reckon. Let me show you. I actually had the camera and the tripod set up level. You could kind of actually tell that it's leaning that way right here. But once you go up, I mean, then the top sort of looks like it wants to lean out that way. So yeah, I could fell it that way. I think it's sort of leaning that way. And then if all else fails, the opposite way is that way. So either way, it's gonna turn out fine. So I'm gonna do me a notch here. And this is not a very pretty tree, but it is beautiful logs as far as carving. I think it would be beautiful wood to carve with. That is actually a pretty tree as far as logs, but the shape of it and all that top, look at the top, it looks like it's dying anyway. So firewood up top, all that firewood, a lot of it'll be firewood, and then a lot of these pretty pieces will be for carving, because I love chainsaw carving maple. Boxes, birdhouses, all of that. So I think I'm gonna drop this one, and then I'm gonna buck it up, buck that one up, buck up that pine, and we're gonna find somewhere to stack it. I was actually thinking about dropping this one, felling this maple and these two oaks, but I don't want that many on the ground all at once. I think I'm gonna buck these up, stack them, and then do the oaks. But I think I am gonna do these oaks too. I am just I'm in a wood stacking, cutting down, felling mood with all this snow and not really much else to do. It's making me feel like I'm still accomplishing stuff for the future, the summer, spring, summer, and next winter, boy. Man, this camera setup's so nice right here. I was thinking the only thing missing is the view of the cabin. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out this little tree for you too. That way, while you're watching me notch this, you can also look at the view of the village up front, all snowy and white. A little bit messy, but you know, sometimes things get worse before they get better. You know what I mean? Fresh edge on the 310. Definitely leaning the wrong way. Oh my God, I need an axe with a better damn head on. Is that a saying? A man's like pretty much as good as his tools or whatever. Just freaking broke my dang wedge right in freaking half, man. gotta go hunt down another way. Somewhere. Alright, I kind of found one, sort of. I think I could fit that in there. Really, man? Man. Are you kidding me? Wow. I guess this tree is just so balanced that it don't want to go either way. It's just like, no, I'm gonna stand here no matter what you do. I'm gonna stand here. I guess I gotta go search the freaking snow for some wedges because I've just left them. Wow. Look at this. Like it's holding on to absolutely nothing. Can't even believe how stupidly frustrated I am right this second. Holy crap. Look at this. So this one, I mean, like I have nothing holding this. Just, that's all I got as a hinge. Like that is nothing. That's my finger. That's like an inch and a half at most. And then look at this. Look at that hinge. Absolutely nothing. It's not leaning backwards. See that gap? And I did this so it would prevent it from falling backwards. And then look, absolutely nothing holding this tree. except just perfect freaking balance. I mean, one gust of wind would take this thing so easy. Absolutely nothing holding this but just chance of perfect balance on 2 cuts. What the freaking heck? What the freaking heck, man? Crazy tree. All right, I gotta go find a wedge somewhere. Timber, where's my wedges at, man? They're all buried in snow. Where in the world? I know I got some wedges somewhere. Maybe there's a couple. No, not in my trailer. Oh my gosh. Okay, I found one. And I hit it with a chainsaw last time I used it, looks like. So these wedges are just so cheap. But anyway, did you see how hungry I made that Husky 55? That's what happens when you have the rakers filed too much. It just grabs and grabs and grabs and grabs and just doesn't want to cut. All right, let's try this one. Goodness gracious. You've got to be kidding me, man. You've got to be effing kidding me, dude. Ah. And this chain, somehow, I got wood chips in it and it won't damn move. So I literally got to take the bar off this freaking thing. Oh my God. Holy cow. Wow, holy MFing cow. No harm done. Now I gotta go take the bar off of the 310 and put it back on to unclog it. What the heck kind of struggle was that? What even was that? I felt like I just went through a spiritual battle over that tree. Wow. Wow, man. I should have walked away for a little bit, but you know, to calm down. But then you got a tree literally hanging on by a thread. A gust of wind could blow it either way, which there's zero wind, thank God. So I could have took it more easy instead of allowing myself to get so frustrated. But that seems like a lesson I'll never learn in life. That seems like one of those lessons that I'm never gonna learn. All right. Husky 55. I love you. Love the 310 too. But yeah, I gotta go take this bar off this thing because I don't know. I just gave it hell and it just won't unclog. So I gotta actually take the freaking bar off to unclog it. Explain what I just did, now that I'm thinking about it, is this was a part of the tree up like that. I had my notch going this way, the way I wanted it to fall. So I did another notch over here on the other side to kind of allow some weight to kind of push this way. And then once the tree leaned this way, then it kind of fell the way I wanted to go. So I did just a relief notch here to shift the weight coming a different way. And then once, you know, I had all that weight just kind of, there wasn't really any weight. It was just straight up and down. So I relieved this notch on this side over here, which made the tree kind of want to lean this way. So once it leaned that way, then it started and went the way I wanted it to go in the first place. If that makes any sense. I know to the tree guys, that makes sense. So yeah, wow, that was a freaking mess. But we got us a beautiful maple tree to cut up. We got us a poplar tree to cut up that is not as dead and dry as I thought it was. It was just the top that broke off that was dead. And then we got the pine tree down there. I'm gonna buck all of this up before I fell anymore, and more than likely actually stack it somewhere before I fell anymore. And I'm looking at this maple tree too. Look at this one. That one actually looks pretty bad too. Look at that, just all broke up in there. That looks pretty bad in the top. I don't know what this dark stuff is in the top. It definitely looks like something isn't going good with it. Or is it just frozen? Is that what it is? It's just frozen and thawing out? Because I know when I was cutting this, a lot of water was coming out of it. Or it could be, you know, maple sap. But I know a lot was dripping out as I was cutting it. See how wet it is? See how wet it is in there? It was literally just leaking out big time. That is probably some very healthy water. But I'm thinking about felling that one too. I mean, yeah, I mean, the more the better, if you ask me. And like I said, I'm gonna be thinning all of this out in here and cleaning all of this up. I want this whole place really pretty this spring, cleaned up and just pretty all everywhere you look. And then eventually we'll start working our way down through these parts and clearing all of that out and making all of that pretty down to them valleys. Just one section at a time. As we're doing that, we're building buildings where I need them and want them. You know, just my work village out here. Work and play. So I think once I clean these up a little bit, I'm gonna do 3 more trees. That big maple that I was just talking about, these 2 oaks over the shelter. That's gonna be a lot of logs. A whole lot of logs and branches. Yeah. Check that out. That's almost that whole maple tree on the bottom. And then there's the whole poplar tree. I meant the bottom of the maple tree. And there's pretty much the whole poplar tree that was laying here. Man, I've been getting it in for sure. Or should I say, getting it stacked. Oh yeah, nice and local too. Right by one of my chainsaw carving stations here. So that's awesome. Got most of that cleaned up. I ain't done yet. I still got a little more, but I cut it all, mostly cut it all up. So tomorrow, I don't know if we're gonna drop these tomorrow or not. I think I want to clean up the pine trees that I cut down earlier, buck those up and stack those somewhere. I'm gonna find a spot over here somewhere and stack all that up. But that ain't much to that. That's not a very big tree there. And this one's quite small too. More of the tops that are just messy with these pine trees. I'll just probably just leave the top of that one where it's at, on that pile that I've already burnt, and probably move all of this over to that same pile. Burn all of that right there. And it's almost dark. Dang, Terry's got the magic touch. I ain't been able to get anything delivered in a week or more. Terry, she hooks it up. We got honey in the raw. Heck yeah. Hot honey on that one. That one says hot. Roasted garlic and herb. Sugar in the raw. We got some backup for when we run out of honey. And spoons and some forks. Oh yeah, thank you, Terry.